We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 12 carries, 58 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On play action, Prescott drops this underneath for Pollard, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Prescott now from the 50. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll throw again. Prescott. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former second overall pick, now in his third season out of BYU.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance. And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Pollard is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, we have the scoreless 1st quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the 1st quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Hall. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball again on 2nd down. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 39. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Ball again. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He gets it underneath to Hall. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. You don't confuse Franklin Myers with the all-pros of the Jets defense, but don't underestimate his role on the team. Dependable, big body, and a little pass rush chops too. 11 sacks over the last 2 seasons.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Pollard will take it up the gut. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 16. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York's offense back out there and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Lazard gets the 1st down, and I still have to refer to my notes to remember that he was actually undrafted out of Iowa State. Put up career highs as the Packers' #1 receiver last season. The Jets hope that's production he can provide in a new shade of green.
On 1st down, Wilson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the
touchdown Jets. Randall Cobb, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jets have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this 1st half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Prescott And this one quickly to Lamb. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. To the air again, Prescott going right back to Ferguson.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. He finds his man, Pollard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Prescott down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. Aubrey now for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where you see the final score there. James Cook, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we take the trip across Lake Erie to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Ball again on second down. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On third down, here's Hall. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hall again. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Second down and a yard. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run with Pollard. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Pollard. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Pollard, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that, Charles, a big decision there on 4th and goal, and it works out.
And that is an example of a coach who's confident in his team. He didn't look at it as a gamble at all. He looked at it as belief. Great starting field position. Let's go ahead and deliver. And they do.
Aubrey now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The New York set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 92 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. In motion right is Wilson. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. On a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Give to Hall running right, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did.
And this is going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
A handoff for Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, they haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Cook up the gut. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Now Wilson going to change things up here. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 3rd down and 1. Prescott from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st down, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Brandon Cooks, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. It's picked up and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble. And they did. Took it the other way for a score. And now, if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 2, 1:09 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Prescott And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Now Dak. That's caught by Tolbert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw, Prescott. Right back to Tolbert. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's complete to Lamb. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get into the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Jets, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.